season low in points for half in the first half and for a game as a total all season. What did Maryland do defensively to stop you guys?
Well, I think they did a good job of mixing up their defenses. They're number 5 in the country for a reason. They're a very good team. Brenda Free's a very good coach, and they play with a lot of confidence. Especially at home. They play with a lot of aggressiveness and mixing up the defenses and things like that. I just have a high regard and a lot of respect for what they've done this year, and I hope they continue to play well, especially in the NCAA tournament.
Coach, you've seen the entire Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
They are unbeaten.
Right.
What does that say about? I know you've just complimented them, but what does that say that they could run the table thus far without a defeat?
Well, yeah, I think it means they're pretty good. They've got really good players, and I don't think you can. I don't think you can shortchange the experiences that this team had last year and playing in the NCAA tournament and playing in big games and going to the Final Four. I mean, all these kids, or most of these kids, did that. And you talk about the core of their team. So confidence is huge in sports, and I think it's huge in women's basketball. And this team plays with a lot of confidence. They play with a lot of confidence in each other. So anybody that comes off the bench, anybody that's on the floor, plays with a high level of confidence in what they can do. Both on offense and defense, and I think that intangible is something that makes them really dangerous.
They scored the first 10 points. You guys went 0 for 3 with 3 turnovers. Was that just, you probably needed a good start to get your own confidence?
Absolutely. I think especially when you go on the road, you want to start off, on as good a note as possible. And certainly the first time when we played them at home, we started off a lot better. And I think that confidence, helped early in the game. Tonight, especially the first half, the turnovers were just a killer for us, especially early in the game. I think we had, 7 turnovers in our first, 10 possessions or something like that. And when you're playing a team as dangerous as Maryland is in the open floor and in transition, giving them those kind of head starts is not going to be productive.
Coquese, not putting this game in Emma's side, what's sort of going below the expectation of what was going to be a rebuilding year anyhow, or where you thought you might be right now?
Well, I think a couple things. This game notwithstanding, one of the things when you have a young team, and make no mistake, we're really young, we're inexperienced. The consistency is a huge issue, and we've had consistency issues throughout the season. So tonight is a night, where we just weren't as good in a lot of areas that we have been pretty good in. So, you come into the season and you understand that it's going to be an up and down year. Again, tonight notwithstanding, we've grown a lot over the course of the season. We've gotten better, we've gotten experience, and I fully believe with the kids that we have coming in next year to complement the experience that the current team has, and the skills that they bring really complement, and fill some of the holes we have, like 3-point shooting, depth in the post, rebounding, some of those things. So, we're really focusing on just getting better, every game and learning lessons. And, this is a tremendous lesson. What does it take to go on the road and play a top 5 team? One lesson is you can't turn the ball over 7 out of your first 10 possessions. You can't give them a 10-0 lead. Those are the kind of lessons that you don't like to learn, but, these are things we're learning, and as a program we'll get better from it, and, we'll rebound in big fashion, and we'll rebound and be ready for Ohio State on Thursday.
You mentioned, in passing, you mentioned rebounding.
Mm-hmm.
Given the size that you can put on the floor, has anybody dominated you on the boards as 51-27 the way that Maryland did tonight?
I don't think so. I'm not a statistician. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I don't think so. I think that Maryland did a really good job of being aggressive and pursuing the ball and being active. And they were quicker to the ball all night long on the rebounds. They were just quicker to the ball, more quick to the ball than we were. So, you know, they did a job on the boards.
You pressed Lexi Brown pretty much all night. Was the hope to make Maryland work a little bit later in the shot clock?
Well, you know, again, you know, you don't want to let them get going in transition, and you know, she does a good job of attacking and pushing the ball up the floor and creating opportunities for her teammates. So, and she's a fantastic scorer, and you know, so we want to keep somebody, you know, around her as much as possible.